friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. This is kind of a random video for you, but for me it's one that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and I finally feel like I have the time to sit down and do this. I don't know, but I wanted to share all of my 3-year-old's current favorite book. I've been wanting to do this always because my daughter is a huge reader. She loves books. We have done the 1,000 books before kindergarten multiple times. I'm kind of done keeping track because we read so many books. We have her entire short life. She has always loved a book, and I'm so grateful for that. And I hope that my 2-month-old daughter also learns to love books just as much. We don't do screen time, and so we just do a ton of reading. My daughter does have a very long attention span, so she could sit and read books for hours, and I'm so grateful for that. Something that my parents really did really well. They did a lot of things really well, but one thing that I always will remember with gratitude is something that my mom said growing up, and she would say, "You're never gonna have as much time as you do now to read," which is so true. And so she really gave me all the time to read that I could. I was homeschooled, so I was lucky in the way that I did have more time than probably typically for, you know, a child growing up. So I did have a ton of time to read. For example, like I remember when I read Gone with the Wind for the first time, I literally read it in 2 days. I would just sit for hours and just read. And I just am so grateful that I had that time growing up. So obviously as an adult, as a mom, you know, you don't have all that time to dedicate to reading as you do when you're young, and so I want to make sure that I pass that along to my kids as well, to give them that space to read as much as they can, as much as they want, as much as is realistic, you know. So anyways, all that to say, I'm so glad that my daughter loves to read, so I thought I would sit down and just kind of share just a few books that she loves to read. Both of my kids are actually down for a nap, and I'm really hoping that they give me enough time to do this, and also if I talk a little bit quietly, I don't want to wake them up. And all the books are upstairs, and I did not want to lug them all the way downstairs, so hopefully I do not wake them up. So anyways, I'm going to share the books that my 3-year-old is currently loving at the moment. If you would like, which it would be fun to do a kind of baby themed book, like all the books that she loved as a baby. And then also I have been growing her like a middle grade collection, so once she's like 6, 7, 8, I have so many books that I've had when I was a kid, and then that I have been slowly accumulating and saving for her when she gets to that age. I have an entire bin of books out in the garage. Like for instance, the other day I found a book in a little free library that looked really cute. I hadn't read it, and I thought I was going to save this for when she gets a little bit older. So I think that would be a fun one to do, like a middle grade specific sort of video. But for right now, I'm going to do books that she is currently loving at the moment. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. This is not all of them, but these are just some current ones that are always on repeat. So I think I will have to start with her absolute favorite books that she could sit and read for hours and hours every single day. And that would have to be Amelia Bedelia. So she loves Amelia Bedelia. She has for a while, but she loves Amelia Bedelia so much. So she loves the young Amelia Bedelia. I think she's probably first grade here, I would think. I don't know if it actually has ever said her age, but I would imagine like first grade, I don't know. But she loves these Amelia Bedelia, but then she also loves the original Amelia Bedelia. So this one is just like a bind up of a few different stories. This one I actually got at a yard sale. I will also say too, about like at least 90% of her books have been thrifted, library book sales, gifted. I know that books, even kids books, can be very expensive, so I'm always looking out for mostly a library sale, but any sort of, you know, thrifting or anything like that, I'll try to buy them then. So yeah, that's kind of where I get most of her books. This one, for example, was like a quarter at a at a yard sale. I also have just like single stories of the original Amelia Bedelia. I think a lot of them are actually in the car. I don't remember if I said that we don't do screen time, and so we keep a lot of books in the car for her to look at whenever we drive anywhere. So yeah, so she loves Amelia Bedelia. This one my husband actually got at Ollie's. We have an Ollie's, I mean it's kind of far from us, but we have an Ollie's, and he was there one day and got this for $4. This was a while ago now. This is kind of like their special book, but he will read this to her, and they have read this a bajillion times. She loves these specific stories in here. I don't know how many stories there are in this one, 12 of them, but she loves, specifically there's one called Chalk One Up, or Amelia Chalk something about chalk. I don't know where it is in that one, but that one specifically is her favorite one, but they have read all of these so many times. So this one we actually keep by our bed, and so he'll read it to her like at night or something. So it's kind of like this one specifically is like their special story, which is really cute. But yeah, so she loves Amelia Bedelia. She has a Yodo player, and so on one of the cards she has a couple Amelia Bedelia stories on there. So she listened to that one on repeat, which the Yodo player is a relatively new acquisition for us, and she is obsessed. So if you thought about getting one for your kid and you haven't yet, highly recommend. She loves the Yodo player. She also has a Tony's, and she loves that as well, but I knew that she loved the story part of the Tony's more than the music. She loves the music, don't get me wrong. She loves the music, loves to sing along, but she loves the story. And so I was trying to get something that had just the story part of it. And so my sister-in-law told me when they were having a sale recently, and so I did pick her up a Yodo player. She loves it so much. I was wondering if she'd be too young for it, but like I said, she has an extremely long attention span, and so she'll just sit and just listen. She'll have it playing when she's playing Barbies or something, so she loves the Yodo player. So I definitely recommend. I just got her the mini one, but she loves it. So okay, moving on. So next up, the books that she also loves are these 5-minute books. I don't know if we have any more. I get a lot of books from the library, like I borrow them from the library. So we've gotten Curious George. I'm trying to think what other 5-minute stories. These two, I actually recently thrifted these. So this is Winnie the Pooh and then Christmas stories. She loves, I keep out her holiday books year round, and she loves Christmas. She loves Christmas stories. She has a few that she loves to read year round. So I went ahead and got the Christmas one, and I don't mind reading it even during the summer, but I thought this one would be a fun one. And then Winnie the Pooh as well. So like I said, I thrift a lot of books. I get them all used, and that saves a lot of money, and we're also able to grow her collection. So these 5-minute stories she loves. There's one that I've gotten so many times from the library over and over and over, and it's 5-minute princess horse stories. So I feel like I need to buy that one because we get that one all the time, and she always gets really sad when I have to bring it back. So maybe I'll have to get that one for her. This one she loves. She loves Minnie Mouse, as most do little girls. So the Minnie Mouse story is her favorite one in here. And then this one is just fairy tales. So she loves those. I don't think that they are 5 minutes. I do think that they do read a little bit longer than that. But those are really fun ones that she loves as well. Another top runner very close to Amelia Bedelia are the Princess in Black books. I got these when she was maybe not quite 2. So she's loved them ever since then. So she could sit through an entire one multiple times. Like I said, she could sit for hours to read. So she loves these. Actually, her favorite one I don't have up here. It's the birthday princess party one. I think number 2, I think is what that one is, book number 2. But she loves all of them. But these are really fun. These are chapter books, so they're a good kind of like next step books. They're about, you know, a princess who's also a princess in black. She's like a superhero. She fights monsters, and then by day she's Princess Magnolia. So they're really cute. I love the illustrations. They're just so pretty. But you know, she's Princess Magnolia by day, Princess in Black by night, and so they're just really cute ones, and my daughter loves these. They're so fun, and they're funny, and I like reading them to her. Books that I don't have right now that she loves to read, and they're ones that I don't love to read to her. I feel like as parents we probably have these books that our kids love, but we don't love to read out loud, and I don't know what it is, but for me it's Pete the Cat. I don't know what it is. There's nothing wrong with these books. They're fun. I don't know, but she loves them so much, and they're just ones that I don't like reading out loud to her. I do, but they're just kind of like, oh, I don't like reading these. So those are some books. We do have quite a few of those, but I did not bring them with me right now. So those are just some other ones that she does enjoy. A book that I love to read out loud that she also loves to listen to, and has, I think I got this one when she was maybe 1, maybe even younger, and we have been reading it ever since, and she still loves it, and that is Duck Duck Moose. This is the cutest story. I love reading it out loud. I love the pictures. It is just, no matter how many times we have read this one, I just still think it is just, I don't know, I just think it's just the cutest book, and I love reading it out loud. This would also be a good gift if you have someone in your life who's having a baby or a birthday gift or something. You could do this book with like a moose stuffed animal or something like that. I think that would be really cute. But yeah, this one, love this one. It's definitely already ripped. We love this one. This is a very well-loved book. So if you haven't read it, please go get it. Even if your kid's a little bit older, it's still so cute, and it's just so cute. I love that one. Here's another Amelia Bedelia that was in the stack. So, okay, Fancy Nancy. She loves Fancy Nancy. She's loved these for quite some time. Again, these are some fun ones that I get from the library. This one is from the library. These are ours. Just kidding. That's the library one. So she loves Fancy Nancy. There are the original Fancy Nancy ones, and then kind of like the Disney Junior ones. This one specifically, Shoo La La. She loves this one. We will read this one over and over and over. My daughter is very much into princess and dressing up and princess shoes and everything. So she loves this one because it is about shoes. So Fancy Nancy, those are really fun. I like these. I think they're really sweet to read. Some other ones that I don't have in this stack, but they're mixed in with all of her other books, are the Pinkalicious book. Those are kind of iffy for me. She loves to read them, but sometimes I feel like Pinkalicious is a little bit ungrateful, or maybe even a little bit bratty, and so I don't love those, and so I kind of try to read them before we check them out from the library, just to make sure that there's nothing, you know, super bratty or she throws a fit or something. So those are a little bit more, I'm kind of hesitant on. Fancy Nancy I feel like are really sweet, and I really like these a lot more than Pinkalicious. But we do have Pinkalicious, and if she sees them at the library and it's, you know, fine, then I'll get them for her. They're obviously very pink. Pink is my daughter's favorite color, so, you know, those are some other ones. She loves the Elephant and Piggy books. I just have one up here. These are so fun. Again, these are fun ones to read out loud. There are so many of these. We just have a few, and then I'll get them from the library whenever I see them. This one is There's a Bird on Your Head, which is really cute. And then she also likes the Can I Play Too? We have that one somewhere. And then also the pigeon ones are really fun to read as well. We have a few of those. So these are always really fun, and they'll grow with her where she will be able to read them herself here very soon. But they are really fun to read out loud. So definitely like those. Another one that was a very interesting random pick that she has loved is this version of The Snow Queen. I love fairy tales. I love fairy tale retellings, and I grew up reading all the fairy tales, and so I'm very glad that my daughter also loves fairy tales. This one I picked up at a used bookstore. I wasn't sure if she was going to like this one so much, but she loves this kind of version of it, and I think the pictures are really pretty. I really like them. So yeah, I think this was a really fun story, and she loves this one. So I read this one to her all the time. These are the ones that we kind of keep in her room so she can kind of have them on repeat. Another one that was also another random one, and I think I paid full price for this one, and that is Miss Rumphius. Kind of a very random pick. I had never heard of it. I don't know when this one came out. I don't think that I've read anything else by this author. This one came out in the 80s, actually, 1982. So to my knowledge, I never read this one growing up. But she loves this one. I think it's very pretty. I love this story. It's about a girl making the world beautiful, and I think it's really fun. I really enjoy this one. I really enjoy reading it to her, and she loves to listen to it. So this one is another fun one that she really loves. Okay, then we have a version of Anne of Green Gables. She loves this particular version, which is really funny, but I'm okay with that. I'm happy. These books I grew up loving. They are still some of my favorite books of all time, the entire series. And so of course I'm going to want to pass along my favorite books to my daughter. So this version is obviously abridged for kids, and I enjoy it. I don't think they're, you know, possibly the best illustrated. I don't know that they're anything super special, but I really like reading this one to her. I love the story. I love how they kind of condensed it and made it accessible for kids. And she loves the part where her hair turns green. This is her my daughter's favorite part, so she waits and waits until we get to this page and she goes, her hair is green. Yeah, I love reading this one, and I think this is a good kind of like entryway for little kids to get into some of my favorite books. So then we have just a couple more here. I'll start with this one. So this one specifically, we have not read this one. I did recently pick this up. This is Junie B. Jones. So they're becoming a new favorite for her, and I love listening to them. They are hilarious. She has them on her Yodo player, and so I cannot change on her Yodo player, but I feel like when I read these out loud to her, I'm gonna have to change up, because the stories, at least in her Yodo player, are not, they say words that I don't like her saying, and they kind of say things that I wish, you know, that she didn't know, or she wouldn't learn how to say. Like, for example, there's one story where she calls someone a dumb bunny, and like, I mean, to an adult, like, the story's funny, but like, for your 3-year-old, I don't want her calling someone a dumb bunny. Like, that's not very nice. Or let's say something like shut up, and I don't want her saying that word. So, you know, especially being so little. So reading out loud to her, I'm gonna have to change up a little bit, but they are really funny. Whenever that story plays on the Yodo player, I start listening to it and I crack up. I think it's really funny. So I'm gonna start growing her collection of Junie B. Jones, but as I read out loud to her, I'm probably gonna change up a little bit depending on what it is. But yeah, I did thought I'd go ahead and mention that. Some other books, so we're almost done here. Lola Dutch. She loves Lola Dutch. So this one, actually, my brother and sister-in-law and their kids gave it to her when she was very first born, so they did write to her, which I think is really sweet, so I'll always have that. But I love these books. I love to read them to her. They're beautiful drawings, and I would love to be a children's author one day and illustrate like this. Like, this is like my ideal. This is just beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. I love the story. I love Lola Dutch. I love these books. So these are her favorite. She loves these so much. So we read these all the time. They do have, the cover is a like paper doll kind of thing where you can cut out these paper dolls. I haven't yet. I'm waiting till she's older to like appreciate it a little bit more. I don't want it to rip or anything, so I just have been saving that. But she has loved these now for 3 years. And then I did get her another one at Lola Dutch when I grow up. She loves this one better. I like them both the same. I think they're both really fun. Like I said, I love the illustrations. This also, it was obviously a gift for her, but this would make a really good gift. They do make the Lola Dutch doll. So you could get the doll and the book, and that'd be a really sweet gift for a baby shower, or, you know, a first birthday or something like that. And then also from my sister-in-law, she has really great taste. Her kids are a little bit older, but she has really good taste of books. So another one is Night Owl. This was also a gift a couple years ago, and it's still an absolute favorite. So really fun book. I love this one. It's one of those that are really fun to read. She loves to look at it. The drawings are just beautiful. And when I first read it, I thought, man, these illustrations look familiar for some reason. And the author illustrated the Red Wall books. I don't know if you ever read those growing up. My family and I did. We love those books. So the illustrator of those books wrote these books. So there is another one that I got from the library, Night Owl and Early Bird. And that is another one that she has read over and over and over and gets so sad when you have to return it to the library. So that might be another one that I purchased to add to her collection, because that one, I actually think I like that one better than this one. I think it's so funny because it's relatable as a parent. Like, my daughter's the early bird, I'm the night owl. Like, it's really fun. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend going to read it. And then these also, I think, will grow with her as well. She loves them now. She has for a long time, and I think she will for quite some time. And then obviously when my 2-month-old starts getting a little bit bigger, she'll hopefully appreciate these as well. So those are the books that I'm going to share with you today. I feel like I could sit and talk about books for quite some time. I am so grateful that I was raised to love books. My entire family loves books. I am so grateful that my parents gave us the space and freedom and encouragement to go and read as many books as we could, and I'm so glad that I'm able to kind of pass this love of reading on to my children. It's very sweet and very special. And so yeah, my daughter's collection of books is definitely growing. We're definitely running out of room, but I am very grateful to have all these books for her. Like I said, we get most of these used from book sales, thrift stores, anything like that. So definitely keep an eye out if you're out and about, because those are really good places to find children's books, especially board books as well. I've gotten so many baby board books from thrift stores and library book sales because those hold up for a very long time. They're easy to wipe clean as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you'd like for me to do kind of a baby version of this with baby books, or like I said, the middle grade version, let me know. I could chat about books, no matter what type of book, all day long, and I just think that it's really, really fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here. If you have any books that your kids love that you would recommend, please let me know. Like I said, I have so many, but I just wanted to share just a few today. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.